Hi everyone, this tutorial will explain how to use prompts and reference images to generate decals and how to control the results of the generated textures. First, let's go over the basic Generate Decal workflow. You can select Decal and click it to open the panel. Next, make sure you have completed the basic installation, which includes the Stable Diffusion 1.5 model. Then click Comfy UI and connected the FashionGen with Comfy UI. Back to the Decal panel. You'll see a prompt area where you can enter text prompts to generate decal. You can also use a reference image to guide the pattern generation. The sampler allows you to adjust the quality of the generated textures, and the default settings already balance performance and visual quality. Click Generate Decal and wait a moment. The texture will be generated automatically. After completing the generation, we can use Scale to adjust the decal size and apply the Transform tools to fine-tune its position. You'll notice that a new layer is added automatically, and the generated texture is saved under Custom in the Content Manager. You can generate multiple different decals to compare the results. Afterward, in the texture settings, you'll see that the generated texture includes only the base color without normal or PBR maps. You can generate the normal and PBR maps manually and further fine-tune details such as strength and other advanced settings. Next, let's explain how to generate decals by using prompts. We can type a cat to see the result. The Stable Diffusion 1.5 model will generate a realistic cat. Of course, we can also enter yellow to control the color of the generated image. Then, we can add sticker, flat design to control the visual style. As you can see, the generated cat becomes a flat, sticker-style illustration. Finally, we can replace cat with husky to observe how the generation result changes. You can see that different animal breeds can all be generated successfully. Next, let's explain how to use reference images. We can drag an image into the slot and click Generate. The AI will use the appearance of this reference image in combination with the original prompt to generate a decal. We can drag in another reference image and add black and white to change the color. Finally, click Generate. You'll see that the result changes to black and white and combined with the reference image. Next, we can also adjust the strength to observe how it affects the generation. When the strength is lowered, the image's adherence to the reference design decreases. Conversely, if we increase the strength, the overall design becomes closer to the reference image. Next, let's explain the Stable Diffusion XL and Qwen models. First, click the settings in the toolbar. We can see the advanced installation, which includes the Stable Diffusion XL and Qwen models. For high-quality decal generation, we can choose which one to install based on the device's performance. For more information on the advanced installation, please visit the official FashionGen site. Then, we can switch the models to Stable Diffusion XL. It can support more complex and diverse prompts, and you can also see that the generated quality is better. Next, in the sampler settings, the seed is set to random by default, which means a different variation is generated each time. If we switch it to fixed, the current style and layout will be locked. Next, we can set steps to the fast and set CFG to the creative. The texture will generate more quickly and differ more from the prompt. Then, we can set to detailed and faithful. The texture becomes more refined and the output adheres more closely to the prompt. It can be adjusted according to different use cases or device performance. Next, we can continue to use a reference image and adjust the strength value to control the generated appearance. You can see how different reference images, combined with the same prompt, produce varied results. Of course, we can also switch to the Qwen models for generation. By entering the previous sticker tiger prompt and generating again, we can see that Qwen models has a more accurate sticker style design. Next, we can add embroidered patch and layer satin stitching to enrich the material details. After generating, the embroidered texture looks excellent. We can also switch to different animals or breeds, and you'll notice that the generated patterns and textures remain highly refined. We can input metal and iron metallic color to generate an embossed effect. In addition to animals, we can also generate object-based designs, such as using cross-shaped as the prompt. We can generate a normal map and adjust the strength value to enhance the sense of depth. We can also invert the normals to change the normal direction. Additionally, we can generate PBR maps to further enhance the reflective properties of the material. Qwen also supports text-based generation. Here, we enter My Home, combined with a red roof house. And you can see that the input text is generated correctly. We can then change the text to Sweet Home and generate again. Next, we can input California Ease 90 along with Coastal Lifestyle print style, resulting in outputs that are both highly accurate and refined. Then generate PBR maps to enhance the reflective effect. We can also use Aaron as the text prompt and generate a leather textured label. After generation, simply scale and adjust the decal placement to obtain a high-quality label. Of course, we can also switch the material to metal to explore a variety of different generation results. For more detailed instructions on prompt input and reference image usage for all models can be found in the manual. Finally, in the custom file, we can right-click on a previously generated decal and select Regenerate. You'll see that the model is switched and the prompts, reference images, and sampler settings are updated accordingly. At this point, we can further fine-tune the prompts or other parameters to generate new results. The free resource pack also provides region decals that support regeneration. Decals with an icon indicate this capability. Simply right-click and select Regenerate, then adjust the content as needed to generate new decals. By using different prompts and reference images, we can generate a wide variety of decals. Switching between different models also allows us to produce richer details and more diverse designs. Thanks for watching.